All right, you guys, welcome back to the Dave and Joe Liberty Stand. We're going to try to help you guys with this show on some next steps, what to do. We want to encourage you in this, and so we're going to give you, like Dave said, a top three, which I like that idea.
I like the top three.
We were talking about that. So look for clues, share with others is kind of something I wrote down. So
Basically, what that means.
what's going on? Yeah.
What's
What's that mean?
We roughshotted this in about a minute and a half.
No, the board. That was the board meeting.
Yeah, that was the board meeting.
The ties,
But
suits and ties.
But basically, read that again.
Well, this is just.
Is this the top three we just discussed before we started?
Well,
recording?
just look for a clue. I mean, kind of. Yeah, look for clues. What is there anything that you see is there concerning out there? Look for clues. I mean,
That's not what we said.
Well, okay. Let me help you here. Find trusted sources and talk with
That's
others.
what I was looking for.
Okay.
You threw me off with the other thing.
Sorry, that other thing's kind of a side.
Don't repeat stuff while we're recording that we didn't talk about before you started recording.
Sorry, that was in my notes.
Yeah.
So find trusted sources
Again,
and talk with them.
here's the point of that. Here's what that means, really. We've talked about this a lot of times. Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck, The Blaze as a whole, everybody on there. Other people, this Mark Levin, a lot of people I trust them. There's a reason I trust them personally. And it's because of my work and my learning about them and my experience over the years with them. Joe has people
Moody Radio.
same way
Moody.
for the same reasons, and he has reasons to trust them and stuff. We would love it if you would go to our sources and stuff and learn about that, but find your own. But you have to have some sort of source, somebody that knows stuff, how to find stuff you don't know or can't find on your own, or you're too busy to do it. But when you're not busy, when you do have, carve out that, get rid of the Kardashians.
Yeah, that's
and
the
use
thing.
that time.
Prioritize.
And actually, whatever you heard, if Joe and I said something, if you heard it on Moody or Beck or whatever it was, or Rush,
Fox or CNN.
Fox, no, screw CNN.
Well, I'm just saying, if you do
But,
hear something,
well, if you do, whatever.
check it out.
You're already
Make sure
you're already behind if you're doing that. But anyway,
because
go online and
double
go,
check climate change. Check your.
I just heard this story, or I just saw this,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Don't trust everything you hear.
Go check that out.
Yeah.
And you know what? The good people will source their stuff. Does Moody source their stuff?
Oh yeah.
Beck does. Rush does. I'll give you a hint on Rush. Drudge. I mean, most of it comes on Drudge on Rush. But anyway, just go and source it and figure it out. And if you don't believe this story you found, that's the fun thing about the internet, guys. There's more stories about the same thing, and you can go hunt and peck and check on them.
Right.
But be informed. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, and that's how you know what, you could be at a party or at a family get together, whatever it is, a bar or whatever, and you feel something, you feel a belief in something, and somebody's arguing with you. Well, if you don't know anything about it, it's just a feeling you have. Well, you got nothing. You have to know about it. You have to have knowledge about it.
Well, that's something I said on that topic is seek wise counsel, and that's actually
Exactly.
a biblical. That's God's word. He says to seek wise counsel.
And you know that's really cool about that? That was back a few years ago, when they wrote that. And now we got this fancy typing box that you can actually go and
all the information.
all the information you want on one side or the other about what you're seeking to learn. They didn't have that back then.
Yeah. They have to go to the synagogue or the
And then you had to trust,
temple or,
and you had to just trust what they had there.
right.
But there's
right.
all kinds of varying views on the
Yeah.
internet, on
Yeah.
stuff now.
right.
And you can go, and you go, well, this seems more plausible than that. This seems more legitimate than this. And it helps you develop. You get smarter. You find out critical thinking. It makes you be able to have
right.
critical thinking, which is the key.
Oh my
which
gosh,
nobody,
something I hear all the time when they talk about these issues and going on, they talk about common sense. And it's like, where's the common sense? You know, it's kind of the question.
Well, that's extinct, buddy.
Yeah. Well, and what was the other one that I heard about this with these? They try to sell you these ideas about like climate change and all this, and how we need to spend billions of dollars on fighting, climate change. And I forget what they called that, but they had a term that they called those types of things where they try to redirect, like they try to convince you that that's a problem or that there are problems.
Global warming.
No. I'm not saying that's specific
that's
issue.
an example of it.
Yeah. That's an example of the thing
Right,
that I'm
yeah.
trying to think of.
Yeah.
But,
Look over here. Look over here.
yeah,
Not
kind
what
of
we're really
distracting,
doing.
a distraction or
What
something.
not the true purpose of our actions are.
Well, and I know what they said. They said if you say it enough, people
It's
start
true.
to believe it.
If you say it enough, it's the truth.
But that's a lie.
I would say Hitler.
Hitler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stalin.
Yeah. Was not Mussolini. Is
Yeah,
it?
Mussolini.
Mussolini. Okay.
But,
But that's kind of what they're saying. People, if they hear it enough, they're
Donald
convinced.
Trump
Okay.
says it. People love it, and they think, and they